Hello students, today I am going to discuss the file organization chapter which is unit 5 in your syllabus. Here we have to discuss how data in the database is organized. We know that database, which is a collection of files, means we call database is a file of records, and database is stored into some disk storage, and the disk is consisting of file of records, and disk is nothing but a memory, and memory is partitioned into uh, pages. In operating system we call pages, in database system now I'm calling blocks, we call memory blocks, and each block will consisting of some collection of records, and each record is a collection of data, means it is a hierarchy of data in the database system. Okay, as a first topic of your syllabus, we call data on external storage. Data on external storage means what are the external storage devices that are used for storing data in the database system. We have disk storage, and also we have tape storage, and disk storage is required for both read and write operation, and tape is for sequential reading operations. And because huge amount of data to be stored into the database system, nowadays the tape storages are outdated and which are not used anymore. We will be using disk storage, so that our database we have to store in the disk blocks. Okay, disk is not disk blocks. Disk is nothing but a memory. Memory is memory. Here memory is partitioned into blocks. We call, in operating system we call pages. Now I am calling blocks. Okay, now here the task is database may consisting of a file of records. We call database consisting of file of records. This file of records is to be organized into the memory blocks. This is a task of the chapter, so that the number of blocks to access, here I am using a word block access, the number of block accesses should be minimum. Okay, the number of block access should be minimum. First, here we should understand what is mean by block access. Here assume this is my disk storage, this is my disk storage. My disk storage consisting of several blocks, say block 1, block 2, block 3, and so on. Now suppose I want to search some record from the disk storage. Okay, some record from the disk storage. So that file has to move into main memory, and you know that main memory is always smaller in size when compared with the disk storage, so that moving the entire file into the main memory, it is may not be possible. That's why how search will progress, it will transfer one block of records from disk to main memory and perform a search in that block of records. If the search is found, it stops the searching process. If the search is not found, then what it will do, it will move next block or one more block from disk to main memory. If not found, again one more block from disk to main memory, and so on. Here you observe a point, searching will be done by moving block of records one by one from disk to main memory. Here each transfer of block of records from disk to main memory we call block access. What is mean by block access? Transferring block of records from disk to main memory. Transferring block of records from disk to main memory is called block access. Okay. So here the task in the chapter is arrange the file of records, okay, file of records into the memory blocks such a way that the number of blocks to access should be minimum, so that search time is going to be reduced. This is a concept. Now we'll see how better we store the file of records into memory blocks in such a way that the number of access should be minimum. Here in this we will discuss some issues how to store file of records into the memory blocks. Okay. Now for arranging records into the memory blocks, we call it as a file organization. Means file organization is a method of arranging records into the memory blocks. Okay. Now here we have two techniques to arrange records into the memory blocks. We call ordered file organization and unordered file organization. We call ordered file organization, ordered file organization, and one more we have second one, unordered file organization. We call heap ordered file organization also. We call unordered file organization. Fine. We have two techniques, ordered and unordered file organization. Now we'll see which is to be chosen. Is it to be chosen ordered file organization, or is it to be chosen unordered file organization? We have to make some comparisons between them to understand which file organization is suitable for the practical database system applications. As you know that the file is ordered means it is going to use binary search for searching records into the data file. When it comes to the unordered file, because records are not in the ordered fashion, it is going to use linear search for searching a particular record from the disk. Okay. Now say assume I do have B blocks, means number of blocks I'm calling B blocks I do have. So because it is using binary search, on average it is going to use log B base 2 accesses. Here assuming the same situation, here if I am using unordered file, and here also we have B data blocks, and to search for a particular record, on average it requires to access B by 2 blocks. Suppose assume we have 1000 blocks of data. Now if I use binary search, means if 1000 blocks of data are arranged in ordered fashion, so that on average it is going to access log 1000 base 2 searches. Log 1000 is base 2 is 9 point something. It means it is going to access 10 blocks. Okay. Number of blocks to access will be 10 blocks. Here suppose here also the same situation. I do have 1000 blocks. On average it is going to access 1000 by 2 number of blocks to access, which is 500 blocks. Now here it is very clear that if I use ordered file organization, number of blocks to access should be less. If I use unordered file organization, number of blocks to access will be more if I am performing a search. It means what we understand, searching is efficient in ordered file organization, and which is inefficient. So searching is inefficient in unordered file organization. And next comparison, suppose if I wanted to store records into the ordered file organization. Suppose this is my block of records. Suppose I stored some students records according to the order of their roll numbers. I stored roll number 1 first, then I stored roll number 2, then I stored roll number 4, and dash 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 I stored 1 lakh records. Okay, I stored 1 lakh records. After storing 1 lakh records, I want to insert a student whose roll number is 3 into the disk. So where roll number 3 is to be placed, it is to be placed between 2 and 4. But we don't leave any place for the students of roll number 3. So in such cases, we have to reorganize the entire file, and make a place between 2 and 4 records so that we can insert record 3. It is not the situation for unordered file organization. Means if I have stored even 1 lakh records, like 1, 2, then I inserted 4 up to 1 lakh inserted. Next, if 3 is to be inserted, 3 will be inserted at the end of the file. It means insertion is easy. Insertion is easy in unordered file organization, and the insertion is difficult, right? Here in this, what we can say, 1 minute. Here the last point, insertion is difficult insertion in the ordered file organization. So both ordered and unordered file organization having the drawback, that is, in ordered file organization insertion is difficult, in unordered file organization searching is inefficient. So here we get a question which is practical, ordered or unordered, means both is having advantage and disadvantage, so that we make a decision which is practical. Practically, many database system applications uses ordered file organization with respect to primary key. So what is practical? Ordered file organization with respect to primary key. So means file is ordered with respect to primary key. It means ordered file is used. So if ordered file is used, searching is efficient, but difficulty in insertion. Why? Because reorganization is required, but practically it uses ordered file organization on primary key, because primary key doesn't require any modifications, so that reorganization doesn't require. This is a practical scenario. So what we conclude is database systems uses ordered file organization with respect to primary key. So ordered file organization with respect to primary key, many database systems uses. Now coming to a point, if my student records are stored in the order of some roll number, okay, just assume a case, my student records are ordered according to their roll numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this, dash dash dash, and 1 Ramu, and 3 Sita, and 5 Geeta, and so on. If you want to search that student records with respect to roll number, so that because with respect to roll number file is ordered, searching students with respect to roll number is easy. Okay, suppose I wanted to search students with respect to their name, means I wanted to find details of Geeta, but observe name of the students are not in the ordered, only roll numbers are in the ordered fashion. Because the name of the students are not ordered, we have to use linear search. As we know that linear search is inefficient. The point is, practically database system applications uses ordered file organization with respect to primary key, but search may not be on always primary key, it may be on other fields. With respect to other fields, file is unordered, again we have to use linear search, which is inefficient. Now the point is how to improve the searching efficiency. How to improve the searching efficiency? To improve the searching efficiency, we have to use index over the database system, right? Now, what is index? We'll discuss. Fine. To improve the searching efficiency, it requires to use an index over the database system. Now, what is index? Is a question. What is index? Index is used to speed up the searching process. Okay, index is used to speed up the searching process. Why your textbook is having index? So that searching time is going to be reduced. And keep in mind, index is always ordered file. Why? Because if index is unordered, do we use an index? No. That's why index is always ordered file with two fields we call key and pointer. Okay, key is the one that needs to be searched and pointer is one which is pointed to a block where that key is available. Means keep in mind, index is ordered file with two fields, key and pointer. Because it is ordered file, what type of search we use? Binary search. Because even though data file is unordered, because index is ordered, we perform binary search, so search time is reduced. That's why searching is efficient if we have an index over the database system. Now we'll discuss what are the classifications of index. What are the classification of indexes? Here, index is primarily classified into two types. We'll discuss. Index is primarily classified into two types. We call single level index and multi-level index. Okay, single level and multi-level index. Now, in a single level index, again we have three types of indexes. Means based on what field index is created. Now index is classified into three types. We call primary index, means three types of single level indexes. We call primary index, which is created on primary key of the data file if the data file is ordered on it. And second one is clustered index, which is created on non-key field of the file if the file is ordered. And the third one is secondary index. It means it provides secondary means of creating an index. It may be created on non-key or candidate key if the file is unordered. Means if the file is ordered, we created primary index. Other than primary called secondary, means other than primary key, non-key or candidate key, if the file is unordered, we create secondary index. This any of the single level indexes can be converted into multi-level indexes. Multi-level index can best be implemented using tree data structures, and there are two most commonly used tree data structures. We call B tree and B plus tree. These are mostly used by many database systems. And in our syllabus, for implementation of multi-level index, we have one more technique called ISAM. Actually, in our syllabus, we don't have a B tree, and we have B plus trees and ISAM. Next, we are going to discuss what are the primary index, cluster, and secondary index. How this single level index can be converted into multi-level index using ISAM and B plus tree we'll discuss. Now, before I continue with primary, secondary, and clustered index, we'll discuss some other classifications of index. Other classification of index. Now look, here we discuss there are two other classification of indexes called sparse and dense index. Here we call sparse and dense index. First one we call sparse index. And second one we call dense index. Now we'll understand what is sparse and what is dense. Here, if we have index for some key values, we call it is a sparse index. If we create index for every key value, we call it is a dense index. We have two types. So to make it more clearly, I will explain you with a small diagram. Assume this is my data file. My data file consisting of some blocks 1, 2 and so on. Say my block 1 contains students with roll number 1 to 10 and block 2 contains students with roll number 11 to 20 and block 3 with 21 to 30 and so on. Suppose over this data file, if I wanted to create an index file, okay, I wanted to create an index file, we have to create an index over the data file. Now just imagine what could be my first index record. My first index record should be 1, which is pointing to this first block, and my second index record should be 11 instead of 2, 3, 4 and all. It should point into the first record of block 2. So it means, is it required to create index for 2, 3, 4? No. Suppose I would like to search for a key whose value is 6. How to search 6? To search 6, first we have to access this index block and search 6 in this block. 6 is greater than 1, less than 11, so that 6 is available in the pointer pointed by 1. So it accesses the block 1, and in this block 1 you can see 6. It means it requires to create index only for some key values. We call it as a sparse index. Suppose if I wanted to create an index on some data file like this, say this is my data file. My data file consisting of similarly block 1, block 2. Say my block 1 contains some record 2, 4, 1, block 2 contains 1, 3, and this is my data file. And over this, if I wanted to create an index file, now tell me what could be my first index record. Just tell me what could be my first index record. My first index record should always be 1, which is pointed to this block. Second index record should be 2, pointing to this record, then 3, then 4 and so on. Now what you observe, if you create index only for 2 and 1, is it sufficient? No. Why? Because if this data file is not ordered, because it is unordered, if we create index only for some key values, searching may not be possible. Okay, because searching may not be possible, it requires to have an index for every key value. Okay, it requires to have index for every key value. That's why this index is called dense. Okay, and some people is also called dense index. Okay, sorry, dense index, and this sparse index is also called non-dense index. Dense and non-dense index. Okay, This is another terminology will be followed. Okay, dense and non-dense. So in short, just observe, sparse is required to have index for some key values, dense index required to have for every key value. Now we discussed what are the types of single level indexes: primary, clustered, secondary, and other classifications, and also we discussed multi-level.